Chicago in 1974, I think the average murder rate in Chicago was between 900 and 1,000 people. We're down to less than 500, which is still too high.
There are a lot more shady characters out in cities in the dark.
There's this whole Nighthawks phenomena. It's this whole underbelly of America that you don't really hear about unless you are from America.
I would be more worried if I was out alone in a city like this.
Like homeless people that stay up all night long, and truckers, and murderers, junkies. That's kind of the world I'm from.
You just do what you can to feel safe or secure. It's part of, the cost of doing business, of living in the city. The city is always dangerous. You can never totally relax. That's my one major piece of advice for people who are new to a city is trust but verify. Be on the lookout. The school sends out warnings all the time. Don't travel alone at night. Don't use your cell phone or your iPod or iPad on the street because you are easy pickings. It's as if you were birds of prey and there are hawks and eagles out there waiting to swoop down and steal your stuff.
Or 2 in the morning, and people are never smiling. They're always sullen or like depressed looking. They're there for a reason. I think it's because I don't know, the night it just attracts the weirder type. I think you can almost hide in the darkness, almost like they're the freaks of society. They come out at night like vampires or something. There's this daylight image of America where it's bright and bustling, your dreams come true. But a lot of people don't understand that the American dream is actually a nightmare. There's this scary underside to it. Every town has a really dark side.
I had a student who lived in a dorm and was out late at night with his friends and walked them to the Balbo subway stop at 3 or 4 in the morning. Turned around to go back to the dorm. He was attacked by 4 people with a baseball bat. They put him in the hospital with a fractured skull. He had nightmares. He couldn't sleep. He dropped out of school. He tried to come back the next semester. He didn't last more than 2 or 3 weeks.
I like to call it the American werewolf. During the day, it's really nice, a businessman, but at night it's this howling monster. I really think that's what America can be summed up as, a werewolf.
Well, the unfortunate truth about traveling around in cities after dark is that if you're a woman, you should have a companion. I don't mean that in a sexist way, but it's just safer for a woman to have a companion in a city this late at night. But if you're a man, in my experience, you're more or less safe.
I'd imagine if you were a young girl, a very young, pretty girl walking on the street, I'd be terrified, but this, no one wants to bother this, so I'm personally not worried. I can understand that most people would be.
Criminals do more things at night because it's nighttime and it's dark than during the daytime. People who look vulnerable, particularly women.
Okay. What about women that makes them vulnerable?
Well, we carry purses. It's easy for them to pull a purse off of us and take our money and do, rape them.
Security people at Columbia College tell you in their memos to, give up your cell phone or your iPod or whatever. Don't fight back. I think for women that's probably great advice unless they've got some really powerful pepper spray or a taser gun or something. For men, I think our tendency is to be macho and to fight back. And if you feel like you can, I go. But you run from a gun. You don't confront a gun and try to be a brave man doing it. Give them your stuff. Don't fight back unless you feel confident.
I would never carry a firearm. Yeah, I would something like mace. Sure, if I knew I was going to be in a dangerous area. I'm of the personal opinion that if you're carrying a firearm, you're asking to have a firearm used on you.
Yeah.
Right. So it's more dangerous to have one than to not have one. But I would carry a knife or mace, depending on the situation. I mean, here, downtown Chicago, there are enough police around. I don't feel threatened at all at this time of night in this city.
I carry a small knife on me from time to time, but in reality, though, no one really knows how they're going to act in a situation, even if you do have a weapon on you. Like if some guy jumps at you and points the gun at the back of your head, you're not going to think, oh, I have a knife, I could attack him. You're going to probably shit your pants or something.
Yeah.
People are just born in certain environments. You're getting dealt a hand of cards, and you have to play them the best you can with the knowledge that you have, that hopefully your parents have taught you. But I mean, a lot of people are just screwed, but it's not their fault. They're just surviving.
Yeah.
It's not like that's all they know.
Yeah.
It's fucked up. It is. It's just not fair. Some of us have been dealt a good deck, some of us have been dealt a bad deck of cards. It's just the way it is. You know, people are surviving.
I'm from a poor economic background. I mean, I hate to discriminate, like I said, but I mean, you know, you have people growing up in generations after generations of poverty, and they see that they can't get themselves out of the ghetto, and you know, then they steal because they have to take the easy way out. I mean, it's just you have generations and generations of people doing that, and this kind of problem happens. I mean, it's so hard to get out of a place when you're like born into that. It's almost like a caste system.
More equality in the city, I think, would make a city safer. And more equality is as broad as you can get, right? But if you could have more infrastructure that allows people to travel safely, then I think that's a really good first step.
And it doesn't matter about the ethnicity or the racial makeup or the, sexual preferences. People are people, and if they get together, they all want the same things. And if you provide a safe neighborhood through, collaboration with the police, the alderman's office, neighborhood watch groups, you can run a safe neighborhood, but you have to be vigilant all the time.